Hello, Jonathan. Thank you very much for accepting this interview. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you please introduce yourself, both as a fighter, as a kickboxer, but also who you are as a person for those who might not don't know you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just the strawweight kickboxing world champion at the moment, in one championship. Been training kickboxing my whole life, martial arts, all the striking arts, and since I was 2 years old. And my family's from Italy, and they moved to North America, and they opened up a gym. My grandfather opened up a bakery in Montreal, and they stayed there, and we moved back and forth Montreal in New York.
Okay, oh, great. So you are truly born into the sport, and you are really attached to your Italian roots
Yeah,
and to your okay. So you have this double identity, I can say,
yeah.
both as an Italian and okay. So talking about your career, I will try to do a little sum up of your career before
Okay.
going with the question. So if there is anything you want to correct or add, you can just interrupt me. So as you said, you started at a very young age thanks to your father, Angelo, who was a kickboxing champion, right? And
Yeah.
and he's still your trainer to this day.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So you did the whole journey with your father. You had a perfect amateur career on the North American circuit, and then the same with your pro fighting career, kickboxing career, as you went undefeated in North America, also fighting a lot of time for Glory Kickboxing every time they came to America. Can you tell me more about these years, these beginning years of your
Yeah.
career?
Yeah. So kickboxing wasn't really big in Canada. So my father, even when he was young, he went to New York and with his promoter, Lou Neglia. So he's a big promoter in New York and all the tri-state area, which is New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, all the East Coast of America. So they're best friends now. But before my dad he was my dad's promoter, and he used to he guided his career and to become a kickboxing champion. And now, when I was young, he brought me there, and I grew up fighting there. And just he got me the contact for Glory, and we just did. He did like co-promotion with Glory, and I fought on the Glory cards, and that's when I started like
Okay,
becoming
so
bigger and bigger. Yeah.
okay, so from the start, your father he saw your potential and he went to New York because he thought it was there the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like he was champion in New York as well. When he was young, so
Okay.
he saw like in Canada there's nothing kickboxing at the time, and so I went there and I just continued staying there and fighting there.
Okay, that's great. And your performance there didn't go unnoticed because you were called by one championship in 2022 to fight directly for the inaugural one championship belt, strawweight belt. It was against the Chinese talent Payment, who is still one of the best fighters also today on the strawweight division. Can you explain how this opportunity happened, if you were ready for this call, and how everything happened?
Yeah. So that belt before Same had it and then he retired. So it was not
Okay.
the inaugural.
I
Yeah,
thought it was.
Yeah, no, Same had it and then he retired and then he came back. But yeah, I fought for the vacant title and yeah, I was ready for sure because I was just waiting or I was waiting because of the COVID. The COVID didn't. It was a COVID time, so I didn't have any fights in 3 years for kickboxing. So I was just waiting, and I had to fight boxing in between, just to stay active. And yeah, I was ready. I was training all the time, so I was ready for that fight.
Yeah, so no ring rust because you stayed active in boxing. And
I did, yeah. Thank God, because I only had like two boxing fights, but I was still like, it's still different, you know, when the kickboxing, it's different. When you step in, it's way different.
So
Yeah.
it's not yet the same pace, maybe.
Yeah, same pace. The pace is very different. Yeah.
Okay. And I also had a question I wanted to ask later, but I think it's the good moment for it because I saw that you fought 2 times in professional boxing. You have, I saw in your fight, you have a really good slick boxing. How does boxing, pro boxing, help you for kickboxing? And is being a pro boxer what makes you special in kickboxing, or what makes you special in kickboxing?
Yeah, so I have a lot of experience with boxing since I was young as well. So my dad taught me how to box, and it's like a little, like when I was 2. So when I was starting kickboxing, so when I was doing that, I learned boxing at a young age. He made me watch boxing, so I just adapted well with that. And I always wanted to. At first, there was no kickboxing, or it was only like boxing or MMA at the time. So I was getting ready for boxing, and then kickboxing came out with Glory and then won championship. So I got into kickboxing.
Okay, but you are not close to opportunity also in boxing in the future. We just saw Rico who quite
Yeah,
beat Usyk. Do you think about?
I could be. I'm ready. I'll be ready for that. I spar boxing every week. So I spar pro boxers. I spar high level world champion boxers. So I'll be ready for that if when the time
Yeah,
comes.
I guess New York is also the good place for
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Then after that, so you won that belt against Payman with a really great performance. It was an action-packed fight with a beautiful hack kick knockdown. I guess it was like the dream coming true. Um,
Yeah.
and after that, you had you won 2 fights in one championship, and then you had your first professional loss against the Thai legend Poajon Chai. A lot of people thought it was controversial. It was a close fight. What do you think about this decision, and what did you learn from that fight and that defeat? If you think it was a loss.
Yeah. I feel like I won the fight. It was controversial, but I didn't learn much. I was a bit like going into that fight because the thing happened with the hydration that I failed because I was sick a few months before. It got rescheduled to that. So when I was rescheduled, I was a bit like watching out what I eat and just like I didn't want to like get sick again. So I was a bit like my nutrition wasn't on point, you know. So I wasn't eating as much. I was being careful. That was the only thing that I realized I remember from that loss. After that, I just like after that the rematch, I feel like I was just properly eating well and everything, and I felt more energy, and that's it.
Okay, so you also it was you felt like you were not in your best shape at the moment when this fight happened, and it was more like a battle against you and the
Yeah, I wasn't in
heavyweight.
my no, I was in my good shape. I just like I didn't feel like I was just watching out like I wasn't eating my best. Like I had to
Okay.
eat more, you know. That's it.
Okay, I see. But after that, you won again, and you won against the other Thai legend Sam A, who you talked about, who came back and he's still performing at the time we're talking. He's still winning fights, so it's crazy. And after that, last October, you avenged your loss. But this time there were like no doubts. You did like a true masterclass of kickboxing. So what adjustment did you make? Did you make any adjustment, and how did you prepare for that second fight?
Yeah, I just like prepared for like what he is like what he does like his attacks like he rushes in a lot I find so I was gonna be ready for the knees more a lot of knees he was gonna throw in the first fight so I was just gonna get ready for that blocking them defending them and as well like I said before like my nutrition.
Okay, I see. So you managed to, your nutrition better to be
Yeah.
in a perfect condition about this for the fight. But also, you talk about knee timing. We know the Thais use a lot of knees, and it make me think about. I don't know if you saw that knockout of Masaki Nouri who counter Tawan
Yeah.
Chai in the knee, and like Western fighters or Japanese fighter who have good boxing timing, have this ability
Yeah.
to counter. Is it something that you train, the timing, the con?
Yeah, of course. We train a lot of things, so we're ready for everything. We have to be ready for, yeah.
Okay, great, great. But since that fight in October, you haven't fought yet. It seems like you are now in your best years. You are in your prime. You want to fight. You want to defend your belt. So why is there contract issues? One isn't giving you fight.
Um, no, I had a few cancellation. I had a cancellation fight in April. I was supposed to fight in the one samurai, first one, and it canceled. So,
Okay.
I was doing a training camp and it canceled. So after that, I'm hoping to get a fight soon. I'm ready to go, and we're just waiting for the call.
Okay. So when can we expect to see you fight again? You don't have any.
I don't have exact date, but they told me to get ready, so I'm staying ready.
Okay, you're always ready. So whenever the call
Yeah.
come. Okay. We also heard that you were in talks to jump as a replacement in the Rodtang Takeru second fight. Finally, the fight happened. Was it true? Is there real talks
Um,
about it?
Behind the doors, not really. It was more of a media people putting out. Like one person put it out in Thailand, and it got big. Exploded. All that rumor going out. I wasn't really like in talks. I never got offered the fight to
Okay.
fight that fight, but I offered to one. I mentioned it to one that I'll be I can be a replacement if you guys need me, and they said okay, no problem, thank you, and that's it.
Okay, but yeah, then after the fight happened, so there was no
Yeah,
question about
exactly,
it. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Um, at at the time, there is a lot of upcoming talent in, especially in one Friday fights in the strawweight category. There is talents coming from Japan, China. The new generation is fighting both kickboxing and Muay Thai. One Muay Thai looks a lot like, not a lot, but it looks more like kickboxing than traditional Muay Thai. Do you watch this upcoming fighter? And did you ever think yourself about fighting in Muay Thai rule set?
Yeah, I watch sometimes the Friday fights. Of course, I see the upcoming fighters. There's good upcoming fighters coming, so I'm excited for that. Um, The Muay Thai, yeah, I'm ready. I would like to do it, of course. I'm always ready. I would always wanted to do it, but my father said he's not a big fan of Muay Thai, but he wants me to he wants me to like. I told him like I'm interested in doing it. So he's like, okay, when the time is right, you'll do it. So that's it.
Okay, it will be great, especially with the little gloves when you have a
Yeah,
good boxing.
I feel like I do better with the little gloves. I feel like I would hurt more. I would hurt more for the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boxing play a big role in one Muay Thai, so it
Yeah.
would be great to see you, but maybe first to defend your kickboxing belt and then to
Yeah.
see you in one Muay Thai. Okay, great. Talking about the new generation, we talk about Zhang Peiman, who is on the good streak now. There is also all this talent, young talent, Alif and over Ondash who is fighting soon. There is the Japanese fighter outside of one championship in K1 Rise. So who will be the most legit to be your next challenger for
Um, I, I would say hopefully the Japanese champions from the any Japanese champion from the other organizations. Yeah, I don't know all their names, but I know them by face, and I see whoever wants to come to one, I'll be ready for them.
if
I
you're
think
ready?
there's like three big names that are there, and I think one is Osaki, Terada, and I forgot the other person's name.
Yasumoto, so or
Yasumoto.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Yasumoto. Yeah, so I'm ready for those. Whatever those would be the best ones.
Yeah, there are three big names who are known outside of one championship, and maybe with their statue, the relationship their team have with one championship, they could get directly to fight you, and it will be for sure great fight. So you don't feel like they have to earn their shot fighting in one
Yeah,
championship first. They can go directly to the title. You're ready to welcome them.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. So I hope to see one of these five for sure. If because both two of them already fought in one championship. It's Yasumoto and Ozaki. You mentioned they already
Yeah.
fought, and Terada hasn't fought, but he's from the same team than Yosa. So maybe
Yeah.
with the relationship, that's a fight that could happen, and
Yeah. Hopefully.
it will be a really great fight. So yeah, you are champion. As you say, you're ready for everyone.
Oh,
So
always ready.
okay, great. Um, you are a big champion, one of the most technical kickboxer. So I would like to switch topic and have your opinion about some technical aspect of the sport. If it's okay, can I ask question about
Yeah, yeah.
this? So we have seen a lot of evolution in kickboxing recently. For example, of course, calf kicks that you use a lot. We see a lot of those in your fights, but there is also the Mikazuki Geri, the tip with the toes, like a sting. There is also more and more taekwondo kicks. I saw that you also throw kind of taekwondo kicks sometimes. So what do you think about these techniques? How much do you practice them, and how do you practice them?
Yeah, we practice all kicks, all the kicks, all those kicks you mentioned. Yeah, I just practice them in training. Nothing fancy. Sometimes I do the spinning back kick, but it's rare. Like I don't use them. I don't use them in fights often, like other than the calf kick. But yeah, that's all. I just practice them mostly every week. We practice. Yeah, or
Okay.
in kickboxing class.
So it just flow naturally, like by
Yeah,
instinct when you need to
yeah,
throw
yeah.
it. So
We don't plan anything. We just whenever instinct. Yeah,
okay, I saw you throw one good spinning back kick in your last fight against
yeah,
Rajan.
yeah,
So it's something you have always
yeah. And the
you
weapon.
always
Yeah,
did.
it just came natural. It just came natural. Yeah.
Okay, great. So no special exercise that you put in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay, I had a question about pro boxing, but we already talked about. Oh, also another question. One of the last question. We talk about North America. You talk about kickboxing. Fewer, fewer opportunity in Canada than in New York. But what I noticed is that in North America, there's not so much elite fight kickboxer that made it to the top, but there is much more Canadian than American. There is much more champions from Canada in kickboxing than USA. For example, there is a two glory champion, Varga, Valtenini. You are the one championship champion. There is Josh Jones. So what makes Canadian kickboxing so good?
I don't know. Um, I wasn't really like in the Canadian uh, side much, so I grew up like fighting in New York often, you know. But they're all the other fighters that you mentioned are very good, and they have their own style, their own gym, and I know some of them. I know I used to fight with in Glory, so I know John C. and Vatsalini. I know those guys, very cool guys. So I don't know much about the other guys, but that's it. They're yeah. I guess Canada's we're just I don't know. I
Okay.
wasn't in that clique much. I was in the clique much, so I grew up more in the New York side. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you always live, train, and fought in New York. So you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
consider yourself as a New Yorker or the
Kind
product.
of. Yeah.
You're a product
Yeah.
of New York. Okay, thank you very much. We are coming to the end now, but before that, I wanted to ask would you have a message for your fans or for the fans in general you would like to send to them?
Yeah. I just want to say thanks to you for having me on today. I see you're doing good in there on your on X on Twitter, so it's very good. You're doing very good. So hopefully
Thank you.
you continue breaking the sport big. So thank you for that.
Thank you. It's me that I have to thank you for giving so much of your time and accepting this interview.
It's okay.
And also, I have the last question. I know that you have a coffee brand.
Yeah.
So, is there any link for maybe the fan who would like
Okay.
to try your
Yeah.
coffee?
So our coffee will be very soon. It will be available. So we have you'll find out news on thebellaespresso.com.
All right.
So you'll find out in the next few month it will be available. So just there's like we're gonna be like doing new coffee and new branding. So you'll have to see on
Very
the
good.
Bella Espresso at
We,
thebellaespresso.com or the Bella Espresso on Instagram.
all right, we want to try that. And yeah, last question about it, because it's good to for fighter, I think, to have side business. Is it something you would advise to young fighter to try to develop business aside of their fighting career, or just to focus fully on training and fighting?
Yeah. It's hard to say because I'm lucky. My parents had like the kickboxing business before I was born. So I was born into a business as well. So, um, yeah, I would say like you need to have a backup for sure, but you have to give every second of your life to fighting. It's very hard.
Yeah, so
But yeah, but I'm grateful to work in my I have a business that's in my sport. So but also I have a coffee on the side. I just started for that with me and my fiance a few years ago, but that was more for fun. Now it's gonna be a bit more serious. But yeah, I recommend for the fighters coming up, you have to be focused on fighting 100%, but you have to still do your school, go to school, and do your backup for sure.
of course, yeah. But the if you want to be a great fighter, the
Yeah, you gotta
main
give it
part of your energy
100%.
and spirit has to be about training and fighting. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Thank you again. Thank you again for
Thank you.
your time, for everything, and I cannot wait to have news about everything, about fighting, about coffee, and
Yes.
good luck and everything for everything. See you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.